Hey y'all, Steph here again from SouthernSkyTNgardenDIY. Just trying to do a few things out here in the garden, get this hair under control. Getting a few things done out here in the garden before another storm rolls in tonight. So I will flip the camera around because we got our second additional bed. And, got our second additional bed and filling that up with cardboard at the bottom, leaves, dirt, and then leaves again and dirt on top, and just getting those filled up. And so I can start adding some kitchen scraps to those and start letting the earthworms do their thing and start getting all the nutrients in so I can start planting them in the spring. So I will flip the camera around and you can follow along with the progress. Okay, y'all, I'm back. We had some heavy winds come in there. The whole tripod went down. So anyway, I was just finishing up getting this dirt in here, trying not to disturb too many earthworms, and lightly pack in some more dirt. I've got two more containers of dirt here that I can dump in. And we'll be ready for some good composting to get thrown in here as the next layers over the winter time. So get this all packed in here. Oh my gosh, you all, I'm loving my new pitchfork. Like I said, my husband and I went last weekend to Lowe's and got this great Craftsman pitchfork because I needed one to rotate the compost bins that we have on the side of the house, and then to be able to use it like this, fill up these beds. Oh my gosh, y'all, there's so many worms in here. It's amazing. Well, I want to let them do their thing, but I also want to show them to you. So let me take down the, hey y'all, so I flipped around the camera here and I wanted to show you these amazing worms that are in here. As gardeners, you know, we all thrive on this sort of thing, but they are enormous in here. And they are just doing their thing. Right there, look at that. Oh my gosh, that whole thing is just full of them. And I don't want to disturb them too much, so I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot more of digging right now. I'm going to maybe put on a glove and just kind of smooth the dirt a little and let them do their thing. So, you know, and then eventually I will be composting, but then I have more leaves over here to fill up the, coat the top of the beds with to mulch them. And then we'll be letting these babies rest for the winter and let those worms keep procreating. So these will get covered with mulch after I compost, and then they'll get some liner over them like these. I use, again, a liner that I get from Amazon. I've been using these for ages now. They've gone through all of the seasons of gardening with me. And they're just the netting that I use. And when it's so reusable and they're washable and everything, but I usually just hose them off and then use them to keep the bugs out in the summertime. And in the wintertime, I'm using them to keep the leaves down because, as earlier in the video here, the whole tripod went down with a gust of wind. So anyway, y'all, hope you're enjoying following me along on my journey. I sure am enjoying you all and your feedback, and knowing that there's some subscribers that I've gained out there and people are watching and learning. And please comment below and share your experiences. Like I said, I'm in Middle Tennessee, Zone 7A, and I've been gardening for, this is like my third season, my third year out here. We moved out here in 2019, right before COVID, and bought our house at the height of COVID in 2020. And within that year, later that year, we bought it in the spring, and then later that year, we were able to put a fence in, and then we started the garden bed, pulled out a whole bunch of bushes. This was just landscaped. We have a corner lot, so this was landscaped with bushes and shrubbery. We had it all pulled out, threw down rock and mulch, and put down our garden beds, and our dreams started coming true, as they might say. My dreams started coming true. But anyway, and ever since then, we've just been growing the garden in any way we find possible. So hope you all are enjoying this, like I said, and please comment and share your thoughts below and what you all are doing in the winter to stay busy. We're just kind of having a mild winter out here so far in Middle Tennessee. I mean, it gets cold. It's like 40 degrees and the high 40s and low 50s right now during the day, and dropping down to the low 30s and high 20s at night. But things are still happening, and we are still working and planning for the spring. So keep growing, you all, and see you on the next one. Hey y'all, Steph here again from SouthernSkyTNgardenDIY. I don't know yet if I'm going to tack this video on to the one where I was doing the beds, but I probably will. So you got another little intro as a bonus. So anyway though, but I wanted to show you just some follow-up to the new beds that we put in. And after I got done filling them, and I did the layer of cardboard and brown bag, leaves, dirt, and then more leaves and more dirt, and then we'll start filling them up throughout this winter with cold compost, which is basically our garden scraps. So I just have a full container of garden scraps right now, and some tomatoes that I ground up. Hopefully I won't get a bunch of tomatoes growing, but you know, whatever. If they do, I'll just transplant them. So an added bonus. So anyway, but I'm going to just be adding these to the garden bed. So I just thought I'd give you a quick little, a quick little video and show you what I'm doing to complete the beds. And, also, these garden beds had, the second one I put in had a bunch of earthworms that were added from containers. So gonna give those guys some good stuff to munch on throughout this winter time as we fill these beds up. So I'm not gonna mulch them yet with leaves, but continue to add garden scraps, cold compost over the, whoa, sorry y'all, almost lost my tripod there. I'm having a really hard time with this wind, and you know how professional I am. So anyway, but going to add the cold compost, aka garden scraps, to the bed, and just, you know, give you some tips to follow and let me know what you all are doing. So just turn the camera here down a little bit and you can see what I'm adding to the beds. Also, another little bonus that these worms are getting is we also compost all of our toilet paper roll and paper towel roll rolls to the beds, and you kind of leave them intact, bury them. Some I've cut in half, but you really kind of want to leave them intact. And I learned from another YouTuber that they get filled with dirt, and the worms just love this, and it helps aerate your soil and keep all the good all the good remnants of the worms going in there, because again, they're crawling, they're aerating, their excrement is awesome for the soil. And then when they even die, and then again eventually new ones get created, all those worm casings that are happening and worm castings that are happening are just awesome for the soil. So really hoping that we're doing our due diligence this season and letting all of this take place in here and create some awesome soil for us. So I've just got my shovel in here and I'm digging out another trench, and I'll probably just fill in this section right here and dig down in here in my layers. And I've got my tomato juice in here that I ground up in the food processor. Just dump that in there. Oh my God, I have so many little seeds, even though I tried to grind them up. Oh well, hopefully they'll break down, or if not, like I said, we get lots of transplants. And then we've got all our food scraps in, and like I said, I use these old protein powder. I love the organics, or the Orgains protein powder, vanilla. I add it to all my fruit smoothies, but I love the containers now to keep our compost in. So I find these work so much better at keeping out the fruit flies and all that than the compost containers that they sell for your kitchen. So these work awesome. So I've got a couple of these going, and we fill them up. I've got a bunch of celery, eggshells, even the paper towels, you all. We start throwing it all in. And I might have enough here to, I think I'm just gonna add it all into this one. So lots of good stuff. And I'm gonna throw the whole toilet paper holder, toilet paper rolls in here also. Get those crushed down in there. And the worms still find their way into them. Throw one over here. And let that all break down, and then crush my food down in here. And we should have been doing this a long time ago, but we just started recently, like I said, throwing in all our old paper towels down in here. I had even seen some other YouTubers and groups that I listen to online for gardening tips, just throwing everything down in here and letting it do its thing. So just trying to get it all down and buried all the time. We don't really have a real critter issue at all, but you never know. We still have lots of little rabbits running around, and which is the reason we ended up just pulling out a bunch of shrubs on the north side of the house and having and creating more garden space. So we'll see what other spaces I come up this next season to grow in. But anyway, y'all, just wanted to give you a little tutorial there, a little tips on throwing in some of your garden scraps, and give you just kind of the final follow-up to the beds. But anyway, yeah, like I said, throughout the season we'll just we'll continue to throw in our garden scraps in these and let the earthworms develop and do their thing. So it's early evening here in Middle Tennessee. It's like 4:30 and it's gonna be dark here in a few minutes. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing and what is going on out here to get these beds ready for spring and for planting in the spring. And please leave some feedback. Let me know what you all are doing. I've got a whopping less than 40 subscribers right now, but I really appreciate you all that are following and subscribing and just wondering what's going on with another local gardener out here in Middle Tennessee. Again, I'm Zone 7A, and it is, you know, we don't get harsh winters or anything like that, but we got snow last year, but I don't think we're going to get any this year. We were having a much warmer winter this year. So anyway, but I'd love to hear what you all are doing, and thank you for following along, and I hope you all have a good evening and keep growing. Hi, Cash. Are you supervising? Huh? Keeping up all the neighbors' activities? All the garden activities? Oh, my sweet boy. He's still a garden dog in training, major training, but he's out here supervising when he can. Till the next time, y'all, keep growing.